Hello, everyone. How is it going? So, my last manifestation training was only on October 17th, but I think so much has changed since then that it would be of disservice to you not to update you on new things I've learned, new techniques, and new mindset, and update you on my manifestation. So, I decided to do another video. So, the first thing that I did when I started manifesting journey, and I want to be very clear. So, in less than 1 month, I have manifested 20K, and it's from putting on these steps. They're so key. And so now I am blessed enough to be able to help women step into their innate power to manifest the reality that they desire. So I help women create their own coaching business or scale a healing business or find their way so that they can get to the point where they are in a space where they can start coaching. So, the first thing I ever did in my manifesting journey was uncovering my money story. So, if any of you have heard about T. Harv Eker, he writes Secrets of the Millionaire Mind. And so he really validated something for me, that your money blueprint is kind of determined from your childhood, those formative years. My parents used to fight a lot about money, and I learned that money ruins relationships from that. That's what I picked out from that. So I looked at what's my mindset about money now as an adult, and what are the learned behaviors from childhood, or things that I just saw but didn't necessarily hear. And I started to journal, how do I feel about money? Really, how do I feel about it? Like, what are the things that I learned? So I learned that it ruins relationships. I learned that there isn't enough. I learned that money equals prosperity, and your material things that you have in life equals how well you're doing. Really, like it equals if you're rich or poor, pretty much. So that's how I started looking at my money story. And so, yes, I wrote down, okay, this is what I believe to be true about money. But then I also looked for the empowering view so that I could reframe my thoughts, kind of like we do with limiting beliefs. And then once that happens, I took a journal and I wrote a letter to money. And you can burn this if you want, if you feel like burning letters are really helpful to you. I do like that when I'm doing one for like an ex-partner or something like that. But I kept this one to, be really clear on where I came from. And I got this exercise from Amy Shafiq. She's another coach. She's awesome. And so really I just wrote a letter to money, getting it all out, like not afraid to talk about the negative thoughts. So many times people are afraid to say anything negative, think, well, if I say something negative about money, it'll repel it further from me. But the truth is, when we hang on to those emotions, they get deposited in our body. So not tending to them is doing yourself a disservice. So I wrote a letter to money, and it was literally like, dear money, I hate you. I hate that you make the world go around. Like, it was so negative. But I've now changed the thought so much. But that was really a cornerstone of realizing how much I was really repelling it from my life. So that's kind of the first exercise that you can do to help yourself with your money story. And then so also I got from Amy was some daily journaling prompts. And from these I make a clear intention to the universe. Like, what do I really desire? How am I going to get there? Etc. So I made a clear intention to the universe. The first time that I manifested the large sum of money was 9K. And this was not quite the middle of October yet. And I made a clear intention. And my intention that week was to fuck the money. Because as a coach, I was so wrapped up in how I was going to make my 4K a month, how I was going to get clients, like how, and what do I need to say? I was literally like, somebody tell me what to do and I'll do it. Like, because I was just on this hamster wheel and driving myself absolutely crazy. Like, why aren't people reaching out to me? Why don't people resonate with my story? Or why haven't I signed anybody yet? And honestly, I call it the hamster wheel, and it was just you're just wheeling around, and just driving yourself crazy with your mindset until I said, you know what? Screw the money. That's not why I got into this. That's not why I became a nurse. That's not why I became a yoga teacher. That has no place in my presence. So I was like, screw the money. I'm going to go from selfless service. And people are going to come to me because of that, because they know I provide extreme value. And it's true. And it does work. So that was literally my first intention, like, screw the money. And as soon as I started saying, screw it, things really changed because your mindset is changing. And when you work on your inner self, then your world around you is going to change. So I came from a place of selfless service. And I think this is so important if you're a coach. You can build a business on masculine energy of do, and manipulating the outcomes. But I feel like it won't be sustainable. You will burn out and you will need help. And if you're able to make one on that selfless service, feminine energy of it, it is more sustainable and manageable. So for the coaches, here's the question I want to ask you. What's the higher good that you're looking at attaining? And craft your intention statement from that. And then, of course, I learned this from Lindsay Dam. She's a spiritual mentor. Is detaching from the outcome. Of course, you've heard that over and over again. But releasing the hows, I've never heard anybody say that until I crossed paths with her. So releasing how. So like my goal was to be, or my intention was to be like, make 4K in a month so that I could quit my day job and run my business full time without having worries. And but detaching from that, and she will actually say even like release your intention into the universe so that you're not fixated on that 4K goal, which is, really similar to like, oh, I'm just coming from a place of selfless service and screw the money. So then of course, like, have faith in the universe. So it's all fine and good to like put all these intentions out there and be like, yep, this is going to happen. And then as soon as it doesn't happen as rapidly as we desire, we're often like, start getting doubtful and start questioning the universe and start wondering, why isn't it here yet? And, like, start on our hamster wheel again. Like, what do I have to do? Oh my gosh. And then we tap into the masculine energy of it again, right? The do. So to do this, I release my fears into the universe every morning. And again, I did learn this from Lindsay Dam. So I literally sit with myself every morning and feel where in my body my fears show up and allow the floodgates to open and see them float up into the universe. Like, allow them to energetically just be pulled and floated away from you. So that the fear, whatever it is, whether it's money, self-worth, whatever it is for you, if it's being visible, they don't serve you, so you're pushing them out of you so that you can move on. And that shows the universe that you have faith, that you believe, right? Here, universe, take these emotions. They don't serve me. They're holding me back. They're keeping me stuck. I don't want them. Take them away. So I call this like purging and surrendering until you can't anymore, like just letting it all come out, like no matter what it is, because facing it head on and releasing it from you. And not only are you going to feel lighter, you're going to have less anxiety, and you're going to be able to start manifesting because your blocks are going to start to fade away because you're actually tapping into some of these. So I say purge and surrender until you can't anymore because these thoughts don't serve you. And you're telling the universe, if you hold on to them, yeah, I don't trust you, and I'm going to keep control, which of course is going back to the masculine. So allow yourself to become an energetic match for your end result. Like, what does that mean? Okay, so when we talk about mindset piece, what is your end game? What is the result you want? What's your big vision? If you are already you 2.0, what would that feel like? What would that look like? And so becoming an energetic match for your desires, we hear this all the time. So like, be your outcome. Like, really feel into what it would be like if you already had it, if it was already yours. The universe doesn't have any concept of time. It's just the here and now. So if you want to be a 6-figure business owner, you need to act like it's here. You have it. And feel how the emotions of how it would feel, because saying it is all fine and good, but if we don't feel it and believe it, it's pretty much no point. So yes, what would your desires allow you to do? This is how you can kind of think about how it would feel. What would it allow you to do? What would it feel like if you already had them? How would you feel about your bank account, your business, or your career, or your relationships, your body? And coming from the place of highest good, like I would tell myself over and over again, I've never not been taken care of, and by the universe, and this time won't be any different, right? And that's how I calmed my inner critic and my money fears over and over again. This time isn't going to be any different. Always been taken care of. And so then I kind of discovered this womb connection and cleansing, which I did learn from Lindsay Dam, who's a spiritual mentor. I think I mentioned that already, but and so this is part of connecting to that feminine energy that resides within you. This is literally like just putting your hands on your low belly, tapping into yourself, closing your eyes, having some deep breaths, and you're finding the mindfulness in your womb. So what do you see when you close your eyes and breathe into your womb space? And when you're able to visualize that, what is she actually feeling right now? And how can you help her? How can you help her cleanse and cleanse more, purge more, heal more? And by the way, this got rid of all my menstrual cramps. So beautiful. Beautiful work. And I just want to say, when I worked as an operating room nurse, I was literally like wheeled out of the operating room in a wheelchair because my cramps were so bad. So that alone is enough for me to want to like connect with my womb. Even though I thought it was weird at first, to just be able to have that benefit, that is incredible to me. But when this was the cornerstone that kind of tied everything together. All the things that I'm going to tell you about, these tied it together because you're connecting to your higher self and allowing your intuition to take over instead of your subconscious brain of what should I be doing now? And it's just really this beautiful state of flow and alignment that is just such a nice breath of fresh air. So yes, so this allowed me to tap into my intuition and allowed me to take inspired and aligned action. So then it's like, okay, so I have these limiting beliefs too. So I took my limiting beliefs and I really looked at them, like realizing that I had limiting beliefs about self-worth. This tapping into your womb allows you to go deeper into the limiting belief part of it and allow you to discover more so that you can heal more. So of course, always looking for the empowering view, but also once I started doing this, I'm like, okay, I've got more limiting beliefs that I discovered because I connected to my womb and I cleansed my womb. And there's these limiting beliefs. I should deal with these. These are more deeper rooted than just money fears. And in my experience, the money blocks are always tied to something else or tied to self-worth, for example. So once you start doing this, you're really connecting to your higher self. And I started getting nudges from the universe. I started seeing 3636. I started seeing 111. And I don't ever notice numbers. I literally have number avoidance from childhood. And so I was like, oh, what do these numbers mean? And I looked them up and I was like, surrender some more, trust in the universe. I'm like, okay, go back to the cleansing. Like, let's just purge everything. Universe, you can take it. I don't want it. It doesn't serve me. I want to move forward. I want to be limitless. Take it, take it, take it. I don't want it. And just allowing and trusting, that things are going to work out because the universe is always conspiring in your favor. So then what I think is not talked about a whole lot in the whole manifesting journey is a self-care. And I work with Ayurveda, which is an ancient Indian science about 5,000 years old. And it is really based in self-care. So I think this part is so important and it's not talked about a lot. And I think it helps to maintain the energetic alignment that we're really looking for to be a match for your desires. So when you look at the science, and when I coach people about this, it's about tapping into your dosha, what your constitution is, and living in sync with nature, as well as taking care of you. So I often tell people to like make a self-care list, put it on the fridge, pick one thing a day so that you're living for you, because if you're not taking care of yourself, why should the universe? Like, you're literally telling them, like, I don't care about myself, I don't value myself. So I think that's really important piece that's not talked about a lot, is like taking care of you. And I think this ties right back into feminine energy. And I describe it as being in a love affair with yourself. Like, you are living for yourself, you are having fun, and everything is about putting your needs first. So I want to really touch on here what we focus on expands. We've probably heard this over and over again, and I was like, yeah, right. But your thoughts do make our reality. We make our current reality, whether we believe it or not. So, I mean, I have an update on this one. So that's what part of the reason why I wanted to do this video is that, you know, what we focus on expands. And so when I was off work because I was injured, I was literally in my mind thinking, like, how cool would it be if I got my client base that I needed so that I didn't have to go back to this job that really sucked my energy and sucked my life, my soul, right? And I was like, how cool would that be? But I never said it out loud because I was like, wouldn't dare utter it because I was like, that's craziness. That's not going to happen. You're going to be off for a week. And I was off for another week. And I was like, maybe there's still hope, you know, maybe this could happen. But again, I never said it out loud, but it was in the back of my mind. I thought about it all the time. How cool would that be? How amazing would that be to like not go back and just have that financial freedom, to feel joyful, abundant, and free? That would be so cool. And so, yeah, the end of the second week is, you know, when everything really happened. And I didn't have to go back to my day job because I manifested 9K, because I signed clients, because I had more than the client base than I wanted. I didn't have to go back. So what we focus on does expand, even though I didn't utter it out loud. It was just in my mind of like, wouldn't that be so amazing? Oh my gosh, I wish. But it did come true, and never in a million years would I have thought that would be a possibility. So I hope that's some inspiration of what is actually possible for you, right? We put limits on ourselves. We are limitless if we choose to be. So yes, your thoughts making my reality. Wonderful, wonderful example right there. Okay, and then I can't put enough stress on surrendering and purging more. This is so important to just release the fears. Like, I still do this in the morning if I wake up with some money anxiety, or anxiety about feeling enough, or whatever that might be. I let it go. I push it out into the universe, because you can never surrender enough. It's surrendering and purging over and over again, and following the steps over and over again is what got me into flow and alignment so quickly. Of course, coupled with feminine energy, coupled with using Ayurvedic science, coupled with the law of attraction. And that's why I help people now. Like, I want people to be able to experience this financial freedom, this flow, this alignment is absolutely amazing. It is beyond my wildest dreams. I've manifested well beyond my wildest dreams. I can't even begin to fathom what will be next for me. And so if you are in a spot where you are looking for more, you are looking to manifest your desires and ready, and you're so committed to your goal that you are 10 out of 10 committed, send me a message and I would be happy to discuss how I can help you start manifesting the life that you really desire and that you deserve to have, because worthiness, my friend, is your birthright. That's all for now. See you guys later.